Hello and welcome to another episode of Drinking with Disney. This week is episode 18, and tonight we watched 101 Dalmatians.
What? Oh.
The animated version from 1961.
Yeah, because we're on the original.
It's a Disney classic.
We're on the original Gangsta Kiss.
From the vault.
It is from the vault. Okay,
Yeah.
So we obviously just downloaded on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
and
we
there's
signed up.
literally a category called From the Vault.
Yeah.
And this one is from
This one
the vault.
is from the vault.
Because it is from 1961.
It's older than I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
okay, because it's so weird that, like, all of these movies that are so old were very popular with us as kids. Because
Yeah.
I feel like they're not as popular with kids now.
Well, I feel like now, like, there's just so many animated movies that are made and marketed for kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, a portion of them still are Disney, and they're good, but it just seems like there's so many more animated options out now than when we were kids in the 90s.
And none of them are as good as these ones, though, I feel like.
They hold up.
Like, we're really going through the original gangsta Disney movies.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, I've seen this one a handful of times. That when we were younger, it was the like the Glenn Close live action 101 Dalmatians.
That one came out in, like, 2001 or something like that.
Yeah, so I would have been like, 10 or 11 or something. So I still would have been in that wheelhouse for it.
But I definitely, like, as we were watching this movie, remembered a lot more than I thought I remembered.
Yeah, when we first turned it on, pretty much all I remembered was that there's a lot of puppies and that Cruella de Vil was bad. I didn't really remember, like, her henchmen all that much, or...
We'll get into that.
But we'll get into that in a bit. As always, when we're watching these movies, we drink along with them.
We like to keep it Ontario local.
Yeah, so this week I was drinking the Cowbell Shindig from the Blythe Brewing Company, and Molly was drinking her Cottage Springs.
Always. Okay,
Yeah.
for a little bit I was, like, on the wine and on the Brickworks, and those
Yeah.
are all delicious. But, like,
These are your go-to.
these are my go-to. They're not, it's alcohol, but they're a lot better for me than other things.
Right, there's like no sugar and no carbs and all that stuff.
No carbs.
No carbs.
Yep, carbs.
And when we're watching along and drinking, we're also playing a drinking game, and Molly will run down those rules for you.
So, anytime these people say, or animals, say puppies,
Right,
anytime someone says Pongo or Perdita,
which are the names of the parents, if you haven't seen it in a while.
yeah, they say Pongo a lot more than they say Perdita, because they
Yeah.
always say Purdy. So I made it like, unless they're calling her by her full name, I'm not
Right.
gonna drink, because they say Pongo enough.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Whenever someone's smoking, I feel like we didn't play along with that much, though.
I think we missed that one a little bit, but I think it is pretty much only... Well, I guess no.
No,
Roger has his pipe.
Yeah, no, they smoke a lot.
But Cruella de Vil is smoking hella much, yeah.
And it's green smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know. She might be smoking weed.
Maybe she's just super high the whole time.
But whenever a puppy talks about being hungry, whenever they refer to a human as a pet,
Yeah.
which I did not know about until we rewatched it right now.
Yeah, which one of those rules do you think caused us to drink the most?
Pongo.
Pongo or
puppies.
puppies, probably, right?
P.
Yeah, it was one of the two.
Penny's a pee puppy. Okay.
Yeah.
This movie honestly made me just want to hold my dog.
It has that effect.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I love you.
Yeah. This movie also had our dog freaking out a little bit when all the dogs are barking on screen,
Oh my god, she
Yeah.
was just sitting at the window.
growling. Yeah.
And she's looking at me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this movie started and I was like, how the fuck does she have 101 puppies?
Yeah,
I forgot, like, the
Yeah.
ending part where it's like, oh.
Yeah, and I know I just said that I watched the live action version much more than this, but I don't remember if in the live action version do does the mother puppy have a litter of 101? Like, do they change that?
No.
Same sort of thing?
Well, no, they don't have 101. There's 99 puppies, and then there's
right. 2 adults, yeah.
Parent.
Yeah.
So my first note is just 101 dogs is a fuckload of dogs.
It's a shitload of dogs.
Yeah.
No,
so that's why I was like, because so it starts off just as like Roger and Pongo in a bachelor pad. Also,
right.
Okay, I need to like show off my sweater a little bit for those of you who watch
right,
us.
Yeah.
Because last weekend, so obviously we're a podcast. We listen to a few other podcasts. I don't know if you guys have seen Vanderpump Rules, but I'm very, very obsessed with Stassi Schroeder, and she has a Straight Up with Stassi podcast. So she came to Toronto last weekend, and we went to go see her live. And you know what? It was a very basic bitch thing.
It was a good show, though.
But it was so good.
Yeah.
Lucas had a great time. I got a sweater. Straight Up with Stassi Live. To explain, she's into Pinot Grigio, murder, ranch, and shoes.
Yeah. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So, shout out to her. She's probably never going to listen or watch this.
Whatever.
She might.
Who knows?
But yeah, so support your local podcasts.
Yes, podcast supporting podcasts.
But yeah, so this it starts off with Pongo as the narrator. So going into this, I was kind of like, oh, how many times can they say Pongo if Pongo's the narrator? Kind of like I was naive as the fact that I didn't think, and when we watched Peter Pan, they were going to say Peter Pan's full name so many times.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, they're dropping that all left, right, and center.
They drop Pongo a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just, like, we're like, yeah, this won't be too much, but that's what got us most. But anyway,
right.
So it shows them in their apartment, in their bachelor pad.
Yeah.
Roger's a songwriter.
Right, yeah, he's a musician.
Which kind of makes me think, how does he have this apartment that's that big to begin with?
Yeah, it's like a multi-level apartment. It's pretty sweet.
So then it shows...
It's also back in the 60s. His rent probably cost 15 cents a month or something stupid like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Pongo's trying to... Oh, Penny has her ball. Pongo is trying to find Roger a woman.
Right, yeah, and he's scouting all the dogs and their owners walking by, seeing if you can find like an appropriate match.
Bowsers. They're called Bowsers.
Right. I think isn't that just the term from...
it's from a movie.
Yeah.
From
I Love You Man.
I Love You Man.
Yeah.
So we're going to call them Bowsers. So they like walk by the window, and it's all these owners that look like their dogs.
Right.
It's like, oh, that one's too prissy. That one's too weird.
This one's too old.
This one looks like a pug.
Yeah.
And then they see Perdita and Anita. They don't,
is that her name?
Yeah, they don't look alike, but their names rhyme.
Yeah.
But they're both like very prim and proper because they're Dalmatian and they're lady.
Yeah, so Pongo knows that Roger doesn't like to stop work until at least 5 o'clock, so he goes and changes the time on the clock so they can go and meet this dog and girl at the park.
Okay.
Smart dog.
He's really, okay, that just that's foreshadowing.
What, that he's a smart dog?
Yeah, he's so smart. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's pretty bright.
And also, he's like, oh, I can't ask him to go outside. He works till 5. Does he not like take a lunch break and take his dog outside?
Yeah, well, I mean, his lunch break was probably at noon or 1 or something, so the dog doesn't have to go out for a little bit. It's like Penny.
Yeah, but it just kind of made it seem like he doesn't go out until 5.
Neglects the dog until 5 o'clock and then takes him for a walk. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Like a little bit.
Yeah.
P, you have a ball.
Then they go to the park and...
go get it.
Get out of here, Ben. They go to the park and Pongo kind of tricks Anita into talking to Roger, sort of.
Knocks them in the lake.
Yeah.
Then they're in love. When Anita gets pretty, like, pissed off at first.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, it was the dogs.
Yeah, it's not like it wasn't Roger's fault. It was the dog's fault.
Because I feel like when you first see her, too, she looks a little snooty. Like, she's got her glasses. She's like, oh, my new purse and my new handkerchief.
She does seem a little better than that when you first see her, right?
So it's really weird that they just, like, hit it off instantaneously on the line.
Right.
And then they, like, they just get married like right away.
Yeah, it's like the first time you see them together is obviously in the park, and then they're laughing at the end of the park scene, and then jump cut to their wedding.
But there's no one else there, and they're dressed like they're going to a funeral.
Yeah, like in the wedding scene, you do see a few like rows of the pews in the church, and they're completely empty. So
where's Cruella?
Yeah, who's supposedly Anita's like friend from school.
Yeah, because I was like, how does this crazy bitch like kind of come into the world? And it's later you find out that it's her friend from school.
Yeah. So after the wedding, we see them back at their house, and Pongo and Perdita are talking about how she's pregnant.
Yeah, so that happened real fast too.
Yeah,
They said 6 months later, so I guess it's not that fast.
Yeah.
How long are dogs pregnant for?
I don't know.
She also doesn't look pregnant because, as weird as it sounds, like dogs just swell up all over their body when they're pregnant and just look really uncomfortable.
So like 58 to 68 days is the dog's gestation period.
Like
so
2.5 months.
So like 2.5 months.
So they've been living there for 3 months. She gets pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty quick, but
real quick.
Yeah.
They go 0 to 101 real quick.
Yeah, they do.
But it's funny because I never had like really seen a pregnant dog, and then Suzanne, who comes into our work sometimes, was like, oh, my dog is so uncomfortable. She's so pregnant. She shows me a photo of the dog. It looks swollen.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Like, it doesn't have like a pregnant belly. It has a pregnant everything. And I know it's a kid's movie, but
and they carry like a litter, right?
But come on, Perdita, you're having 15 puppies. You're going to be a little swole.
Yeah, they don't animate her different when she's pregnant at all.
No. Yeah. And she's like 3 weeks to the date when they show her. Because this is when we meet Cruella.
Yeah, she comes in smoking a cigarette with the green smoke coming off.
Yeah, she comes in. First off, the dogs are like, oh, the devil woman is coming.
And like as soon as she walks in the door, she talks shit about how they're poor and don't have money and all this stuff, and how Roger's like, he's like a semi-failing musician or whatever, and she's chirping him about that.
She also just drives there like she's drunk. She drives like she's drunk pretty much the whole movie. She's just all over the street. I don't know what kind of snow tires she has, but
pretty
it's
good ones,
snowing. Because it's around Christmas. We find out it's around Christmas. There's snow everywhere. We weren't sure, but it's around Christmas.
Yeah.
But
another wild thing about Cruella showing up is like when she's on her way and they know, Roger starts singing the Cruella de Vil song, like Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil.
He has the tune and he's trying to, he goes to da 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 da. He's trying to think of words and she's like, oh, great words. She's like making fun of him, his wife, Anita.
Yeah, and then he puts the lyrics, like the Cruella de Vil lyrics to it. That's like if one of your friends came over, and I love all your friends, but like if a friend of yours came over that I didn't like and I just started like singing a song talking shit about them, and you're like, okay, that's fine.
If you didn't like Farrah, you'd be like, Farrah Hussein, Farrah Hussein. She has big hair.
And she's kind of insane.
Yeah. It's all fair. We love you, but you are insane. You know it.
No, but that's just wild to just like brazenly talk shit about your partner's friends, like when they're about to walk through the door.
And also, that song used to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like, I've said it before, I used to be scared of everything when I was little, but we also used to have these, like, Disney cassette tapes that we would listen to going to bed, and this was one of them, and it was, like, obviously a short, just, like, storytelling version of 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
And that song would come on, and it would be like, she's hiding under a rock, and I, like, would have nightmares.
Yeah. No, she's legit scary.
She's a good villain
because
we've said this before. There are some villains you're like, they're kind of scary. She's fucking scary. She's insane, but she also comes in like you think she like lives in the big city or something.
Right.
She comes in with her furs.
Right.
Oh, I love this fur so bad. She comes in and she's like, where are the puppies? Where are the puppies? Why?
Right.
First off, why is your friend only coming over because she thinks the puppies are born?
Yeah.
I mean,
second off, like, hello.
Yeah.
Like, hi, how are you?
It is really exciting when puppies are born, but she's literally just coming in, doesn't ask how she is, doesn't do anything. She says, "Where are your puppies?" She says, "I'll be back in 3 weeks." Then
they tell her that. They tell Cruella that the puppies are going to be due in 3 weeks, and she's like, "I'll be back in 3 weeks to the day."
And then she literally puts her cigarette butt out on one of her cupcakes, and then she leaves.
And then she ashes another cigarette into her tea.
She really seems like an awful person. I'm trying to think of like someone that I used to talk to that is that awful.
Nobody's that awful.
But like someone that kind of that equivalent. Do you have anyone you're like, I had to put up with this person?
No, not really.
No, I just don't put up with them.
Other than I'm not like this shitty, but like super sketchy was fucking Dirty Mike.
Dirty Mike.
Yeah, there's this.
But there's nothing. That's not even comparison though, because this is supposed to be like her friend.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was just this guy who lived around the corner from us who was super, super sketchy and really into cocaine. So.
And we called him Dirty Mike.
We called him Dirty Mike because he was sketchy as shit.
And dirty.
And dirty. His name was Mike. Real original.
Dirty Mike.
Yeah. So then we see the puppy labor scene.
Yeah, well, like, and it's kind of cute because it's like Roger and Pongo are sitting out there and they're super intense. Right. Roger's smoking his pipe. They're like sitting in the waiting room essentially.
Right. Yeah.
My God, we didn't even mention that they have a maid.
Oh yeah, they have a maid. Yeah.
Because the maid's helping deliver the baby.
Yeah, and Cruella's talking shit about how like. They don't have much money and stuff. Well, they have enough money to afford their own maid. Like they're not doing too hard done by.
She's just like a volunteer.
No, she's got to be paid.
Yeah, so like I must be dirt fucking poor then.
Well, we can't afford a maid, that's for sure.
No, you're our maid.
Yeah. Yeah. So then they get news that it's 15 puppies. And then the maid comes out saying, "Oh no, one of them didn't make it."
So
sad.
I wrote a note and it says, 15 puppies, JK, one puppy died, JK, it didn't.
Yeah, because Roger literally just takes the dead puppy in his hands and starts like warming it up. And then it comes back to life. It sticks its little nose out.
He's basically Jesus.
Yeah.
He's like,
and then that same night, Cruella shows back up.
No, because it's not the same night. No. She comes in, she looks at the puppy, and the puppy's white, and she says these puppies are disgusting. She wants them because they have spots, because she wants the spotted coat.
Right.
Because that's when she's like, oh, well, they'll get spots, then I'll take all of them. I'll pay twice what they're worth. And he's like, not, like, he's like sketched out. He's like, you're not getting any of these dogs, you fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he stands up to her.
And he says, we're going to keep them. So my question was, are they just not selling them to her, or are they not selling them at all? And a couple like weeks pass and they have their spots, and it looks like they're not selling them at all because they're sitting at home watching. The dogs are watching a dog TV show,
right? Which I know is a thing now, but I didn't know if that was a thing in the 60s.
Well, no, but there's no TV shows catered to dogs.
Well, there's like
Paw Patrol.
No, but you can, there's like different TV programs that you can like leave on for dogs when you're not home.
Since when?
Since like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago maybe.
Oh, you're so advanced.
We don't do it for Pan.
But, no, because I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Yeah. But what is it called?
I have no idea. I just know that it's a thing.
No, what's the show?
Oh, Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. Yeah. They're watching Thunderbolt. And then, for some reason, I thought that one of them had to play dead like Thunderbolt does.
Yeah, I thought, like, when we were seeing that, I thought that was a thing as well, but it doesn't come up again.
I feel like we've seen a non-extended version or something.
I don't know. We watched...
Maybe it's the live-action one they have to do that.
Maybe. Yeah,
because you see Thunderbolt having to play dead, and then I'm like, oh, one of the puppies has to do that later with Cruella.
Maybe we just missed it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know.
So anyway, then we see that Cruella is sending her little henchmen to go and see the dog, or go and steal the dogs.
Well, it's just like some weird guy sitting outside, and if you've never seen the movie before, you don't know it's her henchmen
right
away. They're sitting outside, and then they wait for the owners to take the big dogs for a walk.
Right.
And it's so sad because they're like, oh, we want to go for a walk too, Mommy.
Yeah.
That's the voice, Kay. I have a voice that I do for Penny, and I'll be like, oi, Daddy, will you take me outside? That's the Dalmatian's voices.
That is the Dalmatian.
They're a little more prim and proper.
Yeah, they don't have that.
They don't have that twang in their voice.
Yeah.
That's what Penny sounds like.
Yeah, that's her voice.
There's a Penny in this movie.
There is. Yeah, one of the pups is named Penny. But anyway, when the little henchmen go in, the nanny threatens to call the cops like about 100 times, never actually does it until after the henchmen and the dogs are gone.
She goes downstairs, she's like, oh, they probably stole all the good silver.
Right, yeah.
And then realizes that they stole the dogs.
And then just runs out into the street yelling, police, police!
I guess that's how you called the cops.
Well, they had phones, though. We see, like, 2 scenes later that they have phones, so I guess that's her idea of calling the cops anyway.
Police!
It's not very effective.
Police!
Yeah.
I mean, she had the right idea.
Right.
She had a good intent.
Mm-hmm.
She just didn't do good.
No, not at all.
Nanny.
Yeah.
So then it's like all over the headlines that there's this
it's
dog
in the papers.
Well, because obviously 15 puppies go missing.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up. This movie makes me so sad.
Oh, yeah.
It makes me so sad, especially now that we have a dog. Like,
yeah.
If somebody stole my cat or my dog, I would kill them.
Oh, yeah.
I would literally go to jail. Imagine when I have children, I'm going to be in jail.
Yeah,
if somebody fucks with them.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, they take
Very
these
likely.
dogs. They take 15 puppies.
That's a lot of puppies, yeah.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
And they're just...
And as soon as the puppies are gone, Roger's like, fucking Cruella did it. She stole these dogs.
So why don't they call the cops and say this crazy woman was trying to steal...
Well, they do. Anita does say to Roger that, Cruella was investigated by Scotland Yard, like the police. What more do you want, sort of thing. So the cops did look into her, but because she had them at like that other like rundown house,
at the old DeVille
house, she kind of got away with it at that point.
Why don't they just go check the old DeVille house if they're really investigating her?
They're shit cops. What
can I say? Don't be such shit cops.
Yeah, they're just bad cops.
Oh, good Lord. But so. I mean, it does all this, and Roger's like, get her to confess. So he kind of has an idea, and the dogs say something about the devil woman. Everybody kind of knows that she did it, but she's getting away with it.
Yeah.
Which is like life.
Yeah. After...
then they... Sorry.
I was going to say, after they realize that the cops don't really have any leads, then Pongo and Perdita are like, okay, then we'll have to kind of like take things into our own hands.
But it also...
When we're on our walk tonight, they'll like bark out to all the dogs in London saying that their puppies are missing.
It also shows a little tidbit of the henchmen actually being like, fuck this.
Right.
It's dogs. We're all over the news. Like, this is really fucked up and we don't want to do this.
There's a lot of heat on this
and we don't know who they're talking to her at first. And then, it's someone calls Cruella and you don't know who Cruella's talking to. And then it shows that it's the henchmen. And they're like, I don't fucking want to do this. It's little dogs. They actually do say, like, it's dogs. It's not a thing we want to do. And she's like, just do it, whatever. I'll double your pay.
Right.
Why do you want... Okay, she's got a big fur coat on. She already has a fur coat. In what world... It kind of reminds me actually of the Simpsons episode, which I think is obviously after this movie, when Mr. Burns steals all the dogs and wants to make coats out of them.
Santa's little helpers, puppies, right?
Do people make coats out of dogs?
I don't think so. I think it's just based off of 101 Dalmatians, like a trope based off of this movie.
I pray to God. Penny! Penny!
Hey.
I just pray to goodness that that's not a thing.
No,
and I'm
it's
sure
definitely
in
not
some
a thing.
I'm sure in some parts of the world it might be.
Who knows? But it's not like a real thing.
But it's
People are
just
stealing dogs for
really,
coats.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. Why do you need a coat with spots that bad? Oh, I want a Dalmatian coat.
I don't know.
Then just why don't you get a white coat and
just dye spots on it,
splash
yeah.
it with some stuff?
Yeah.
Problem solved, Cruella.
Yeah.
So they say that so they go and do this big dog call.
Right.
And this is when Penny started to growl.
Right, yeah, all the dogs barking at each other, relaying the message about the stolen puppies and that they're looking for them. And it gets all the way to the general and his lieutenant.
I think
Cat.
they say they're in Suffolk.
Yeah, in Suffolk, yeah. And is the dog the general or the... I think the dog is the general.
Is the dog the
sergeant.
highest one up? Is
Yeah.
the general the highest one up?
Yeah,
There's
I
the
think so.
general, the captain, and the sergeant. So the sergeant is the cat, the captain's the horse, and the general is the dog.
The captain is the horse. Yeah.
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 So how does the horse understand the dogs? Okay.
I don't know. How does the cat? I think they just all kind of vibe with each other, right?
Oh, I just smudged my makeup a little bit. So first off, they send this message all over, and the dogs of London are barking like crazy.
Yeah.
Why is no one what the fuck is going on with these dogs?
Yeah,
is there an exorcism happening?
These dogs are being wild. What's going on here?
We need to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Weird coincidence. It's right after all the puppies go missing.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Yeah.
Use your fucking brains.
If the cops just followed the barking, they'd be right at the old DeVille house and finding the puppies and arresting those baddies.
We later find out that they call it the Hell Hall.
Yeah.
That's what the...
Because it's all run down and broken and scary looking.
And
right?
Cruella DeVille's phone is literally a devil.
Yeah, it's like a devil with the receiver on the top.
The receiver is like the horns.
Yeah.
She's
also
fucked.
wearing a fur robe in bed as well.
She says at the beginning of the movie,
just
I'm obsessed with
She
fur.
loves her furs. She just wants a fly fit. That's all it really comes down to.
But you've got one fur coat. I think that's enough.
Oh, yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that's too much even.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the Sergeant Tiggs finds the puppies.
Tibbs?
Sergeant Tibbs.
Did I write Tiggs?
No, I think I just
Tibbs.
missed. Yeah, it's Tibbs. Sergeant Tibbs.
Tibbs is the cat.
Yeah.
So then they say, oh, there's puppies at the Hell Hall, because that's what the message... Because the message gets there, and then they actually message everyone back and say, stand by, because they can hear puppies whimpering.
Right. Yeah.
So Tibbs is sent in, because the cat's the smallest one. It's
Sneaky.
It's a big floofy dog. He's sent in to
and
find...
he's old as shit, that dog,
And you
too,
go
right?
in, and he realizes there are 99 puppies.
Yeah, there's 100 of them
Oh,
almost. Yeah.
so it's not just the little babies that got stolen. She was... Imagine, 100 dogs. You have to have 100 dogs for one coat.
No, because they do say that with all the dogs that they have, they could get half a dozen coats. So they do say that, and this is actually the first time that it's vocalized why she wants the dogs when she's on the phone with her henchmen, saying, because initially she wanted to steal more puppies to get at least a dozen coats, and they say, well, with what we have now, we could get you probably half that.
What are
they
these
could get her
people
about
just
6 coats.
Are these people just what are Horace and Jasper? Animal murderer professionals?
Yeah, I guess. And it's you did have a note earlier that we skipped was how is Cruella so rich? Like, I initially thought that maybe she's just from old money, family money. Maybe she's a furrier. Maybe she, like, makes the coats. That's why she loves furs so much.
Yeah, like, what does she do for a job?
Yeah, maybe she's a furrier.
I think she might be from old money, though, because they start talking about, like Hell Hall.
Right.
And, like, that's her big family mansion. It's, like, this old abandoned mansion, so I think she's just rich from
her family being rich or whatever,
family money, old money.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, and Cruella is, like, super pissed when she gets to the house that they haven't killed the puppies yet. She's like, do it now. And they're like, we're watching our TV show. We want to keep watching the show until it's done or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is a fucked up show that they're watching. They're watching some, like, quiz show.
To release prisoners.
To, like, if you can guess the crime that this guy committed, then he gets, like, a 2-week vacation from prison or something like that. Like, it's a very, very bizarre show. I don't know if these shows ever existed or if it's just for the movie.
I mean, they're puppy murderers.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I mean, like, they're not the ones who decided what to put on TV. Like, who put that shit on TV? That's a really bizarre choice.
They didn't put it on, but they put it on.
Yeah.
To watch.
Yeah.
So it's not great. So they're sneaking all the dogs out, and the poor chubby puppy Rolly.
Yeah, he can... Tibbs has to, like, lift him up to get him into the hole in the wall that they're escaping out of. Because he's so chunky, he can't even jump through like all the other pups.
His name is Rolly.
Yeah, because he's got many rolls.
He's so cute, the little hefty puppy.
He's a little chunky guy.
Oh my god, our cat almost just knocked over the freaking gate.
Yeah.
He's chubby.
He's chunky, that's for sure.
We call him Chubbs more than we call him Baxter.
Because he's a little chubby guy.
He's so chubby.
Yeah. But
they do see them leaving.
Yeah.
They catch them.
They catch him, and they're kind of, playing a little cat and mouse thing with each other and running and hiding, letting them get by, and then running away the other direction, all that kind of stuff. And then their parents show up, right?
Well, yeah, so they, like, take them all over the house, and they're, like, running away from these guys. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, they are just puppies, but at the same time, there's 100 dogs and a cat. They can easily charge these guys, and what the fuck are they going to do?
Well, the cat, like, almost sacrifices his life on multiple occasions, like jumping in their face, like clawing at them, all this kind of shit to get the puppies away.
So then they finally get the puppies cornered in this one room of the house.
Yep.
And that's when Purdy and Pongo come in.
Right,
they, like, attack them.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm like, aren't Dalmatians supposed to be mean?
They're mean dogs,
They're
I think.
mean-natured dogs.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean... It depends. Obviously, it always depends on the owner, but I think it's, like, a known thing that Dalmatians are kind of aggressive.
Yeah, it's a quick Google search will say, well, most Dalmatians are friendly. There are some who can be aggressive. It's a very natural instinct for them to guard the people they know and be aggressive with strangers. So not the best dog to, like, just, like, go and start petting when you see one on the street. Like, it has to be, like, introduced to you sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they're really good guard dogs, essentially.
All right.
Yeah.
Penny's a good guard dog. Aren't you, Penny?
Yeah. So they're trying to get back to London is their whole, the whole second half of the movie, essentially, right?
Okay, which they get to wherever they are, Suffolk, so fast.
Yeah, and it takes a while for them to get back.
But they have almost 100 puppies.
Yeah, and it's Pongo and Perdita are, like, running full tilt as fast as they can to get out there,
and when they're coming
right?
back, like, it's the middle of the night, they haven't eaten, it's
and
freaking
like
blowing
a
snow.
snowstorm and stuff. Yeah,
it's a big... I guess it's different, but it's just funny that they get there and, like, they're like, we have to go, and they get there so quick, and then when they're going back is the whole rest of the movie.
Yeah.
What takes up a really big portion of this movie is the fucking dog salute that they do to call.
Oh, yeah, it takes forever.
When Pongo calls and figures out where the puppies are.
Yeah.
It's just... It takes forever, and then the other half of the movie is them going back, but it took no time at all to get there.
Yeah, they make it seem like it's in, like, the timeline of everything, it's a longer portion of time, for them coming back.
It's just over a night,
But
I
it's
think.
just over a night. But to get there, it's like from, sunset to like 11 or something. Like, it's pretty quick.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, slowly, da la da. Hey, Ben.
He looks scared.
Benny.
So yeah, they're trying to get back to London. They're trying to get there as quick as they can. They hide under a bridge and start walking on the ice to not leave footprints that they can be tracked by.
Horace is a lot smarter than Jasper's the tall, skinny one.
Yeah, who's sort of like the leader between the two.
Horace is a small, chubby one, because when they realize that they're gone, Cruella says, we have to go find them. I'll go this way, you go that way.
Yeah.
And Horace goes, and he's like, what if they're walking on the ice so they don't have tracks? And Jasper's like, dogs aren't that smart.
Right, yeah. And he says that he gives them... They have another exchange like that when they put the soot on them, right, to darken them.
Yeah, when they disguise themselves as Labradors.
They have like that same exchange where Horace is saying, or Jasper is giving Horace shit, being like, "Oh no, yeah, because they're so smart.
Dogs are smart enough
because they can disguise themselves." Yeah.
So Horace is like, he's a little bit more smarter than you think.
Yeah, he's the brains of the outfit, but it doesn't seem like it.
But yeah, so they're walking back. They go and stay in this barn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the collie that saves them, and then there's cows there.
Initially, they're going to just try to do the whole thing in one shot, but it's too cold and the puppies wouldn't make it. So the collie really saves the day there, saying, come and stay in the barn. And the cows in the barn feed all the puppies as well, which also gives them, sustenance to get through the next haul of the trip.
Yeah. Which is really weird.
Yeah, very bizarre.
It shows the puppies drinking from cow udders.
Yeah.
And I know it's not, but I know they're just drinking milk, but I'm like, it made me think of crossbreeding animals. It was really weird.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre.
I thought maybe somehow they were going to milk themselves and put it in a bucket for the dogs.
Well, I thought that's what they were going to do, was they were going to, when they said, oh, we have tons of, do they like milk? I thought that they were going to motion to the corner and there was going to be a bunch of bottled milk that the farmers had taken or whatever. They were going to knock them over and drink from there.
Straight out of udder.
Straight out of udder. Yeah.
Please mind you, Lucas and I we're tired. We just paused for a minute. Both of us were like, yeah, I'm like, we're tired.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah, you've got another, we've got written down 3 or 4 times throughout the movie, Cruella has good snow tires, because she is whipping around in that ice storm in her car, just taking corners hard, going quick.
And what kind of car is she driving? Is she driving Cadillac Coupe de Ville?
Yeah, she's driving some kind of fucking classic,
and
that's
my tapes
for
and my CDs just for sale. I'm going to say it because it goes with her name. Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
It does, yeah.
It might be. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. So then after they leave the barn, they go to a second barn where they're going to get passage in a car.
They said there's a Labrador waiting there for you.
Yeah. So the Labrador is going to take them in his owner's truck back to London. And right when they get there, they see...
She drives a Panther DeVille.
Oh, nice.
Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
So yeah, they when they get to the barn with the Labrador, really necked that one down.
No,
eh?
it was really empty for the most of it. I was just being dramatic until you gave me a new drink.
So when they get there, they see Cruella de Vil and her henchmen kind of patrolling around. And
she passes the window
4 times.
It's not a barn.
It's like a shop.
A shop. He's like a shop dog.
Yeah.
And she passes by really slow with this look on her face, 7 times.
Yeah.
It's really 3.
Back and forth. Yeah.
She's like, I really think they're in there.
Yeah.
She's also like, at a certain point, give up.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Especially because, like, if they're caught with these puppies, they're going to jail because of like
it's
the
all
stories
over
in
the
the
news.
papers
It's
and stuff.
all
right?
over the news.
They're obviously being looked for by the police. So like once they're gone, why don't they just cut bait and say, "Oh shit, what? Like we lost them. Too bad. We'll start over." Whatever.
She's really that obsessed with fur coats.
She wants that Dalmatian coat so goddamn bad.
She already has her other big coat she wears, and then her bed coat.
Yeah, she's got furs.
She's got lots of dead animals.
Yeah,
Fur.
in the way that she talks about furs, leads you to believe that that one fur coat she's wearing is not her only one, right? She's probably got a bunch.
I just love furs.
Yeah.
How does Anita put up with her shit?
Yeah, well, they were like old friends, so like they're probably forced to be friends by circumstance.
She probably like feels an obligation.
Yeah.
But like, how does Cruella even know that her dog's having puppies? So they're obviously like some sort of good friends.
Oh, yeah,
they
they've
obviously talk to
some
an
sort
extent.
of relationship. Yeah.
But she seems awful, and
Yeah.
Anita seems so nice.
Yeah. Well, by all accounts, she is nice. Yeah.
Makes you kind of think Anita might not be that nice if she's
Yeah.
friends with Cruella.
Maybe not. Yeah.
If I met someone named Cruella, I think I probably wouldn't be able to talk to them because their name was Cruella.
Her name is Cruella de Vil. It's like cruel evil. Like,
No, but I'm just thinking. I mean, I get it's cruel evil, but I just think that's all I would be able to think about is that your name is Cruella.
that's like if I ever met somebody named Fiona, I wouldn't be able to get the fucking Shrek voice out of my head anytime someone said her name.
You and fucking Connor with your Shrek.
Shrek's incredible. Anyway, so one of the puppies accidentally rolls into the soot when they're in the little shop, and he comes out.
Pongo
black.
is so smart.
And then Pongo's like, "Oh, this is how we're gonna get
You're
you
gonna
guys
be a
all
black
out."
lab.
Yeah. But one of the dumbest things that the crooks do is they see groups and groups and groups of these puppies being walked by them, and they're looking for like 100 dogs, right?
Why don't they just count
So why
them?
wouldn't they be like, "Oh, there's a fuckload of puppies going by us. This has got to be them."
Are they not in a shop where they could get dirty?
Yeah.
But Cruella's the one that discovers they're just covered in soot
because they start getting dripped on by icicles.
And then one just straight up falls in the snow.
A big snowdrift drops off the roof and lands on
and
them.
then it's a race to the death.
Yeah. So then they get them all into the truck, and Cruella is chasing them like crazy, hitting the truck, banging into it.
And
that truck driver must just be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well, she literally tries to drive it off the road. Like, she's trying to commit a murder.
For these puppies, yeah.
But, like, she's trying to murder the puppies, but, like, who cares if there's a person in there?
Yeah. The thing, too, is, like, I would understand if... I would understand that, you know, like, do whatever I can to not get caught kind of mentality if there was any chance of it coming back to her. But the dogs can't talk to anybody to say, like, "Oh, it was Cruella de Vil that did this," right?
And also, she's all of a sudden walking around with this chop. He's biting at the Christmas tree. Chop! Chop!
It's fine.
And all of a sudden, if she's walking around with this fly-ass Dalmatian coat, that's a real fur coat.
I think that's a red flag.
I think that's going to get her caught more so than the dog.
Oh, I would say so, yeah.
Like, come on. Hey! That really scares him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then it's like a fight to the death, and it's like that meme where she has this swirly eyes and she's all crazy chasing them, and her car literally gets cut in half trying to chase them.
Yeah.
The other people get in an accident, she gets in an accident. They would all be dead.
They fall off, her and Horace and Jasper literally like fall off of a cliffside during the car chase, and they're
while
just
her
like,
car is already halfway off.
Yeah, and
like she would be dead.
And they're just like the three of them are just like standing in like a scattered like field of parts of their cars, being like, like arguing and stuff. Yeah. But meanwhile, like they would like nobody's walking away from that. Like that's wild.
That's also the last you see of them.
That is, yeah.
Because it just ends up going back to the house where Anita and Roger are like sad. They're putting up their Christmas tree. So I guess it's just around Christmas time.
Yeah.
They're just putting up their tree.
Yeah.
And Nanny's like, oh, like have some tea. Like I can sometimes still hear them barking. And then they're barking.
Yeah.
Hey! No! She was biting
Sorry,
the Christmas.
yeah.
Penny was biting the tree skirt on our Christmas tree. I like to put it close to my mouth.
You know, people are listening to this with headphones. Our apologies.
I don't. Sorry, not sorry.
So then, after she hears the barks, they open the door and all the dogs run in, but they still have the soot all over them. And then Roger gets a rag and brushes off.
They're like, oh wait, no,
Pongo's
it's the puppy.
face.
Well, no, because they see the one.
They see
puppy.
the one, yeah. They see the one.
Because they're like, what are all these labs? Okay, first off, how does he just know it's? He goes, oh, it's a Labrador.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like Labradors.
I mean, they do actually kind of look similar if you look at the live action. If they just had all dark coats, they would look like a chocolate lab, black lab. So yeah, I get it. But it's just funny that he's, it's a Labrador.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, and then when all the puppies just start running in, and then they dust them off and start counting them, realize that there's 99 puppies plus the 2, and then they just decide, we'll just take them all in. We'll just be the owners of 101 dogs.
Yeah, because they start counting them off, and they're like, we have 101 Dalmatians. Right. But they also just think, they think that they're all Pongo and Perdita's puppies.
Yeah.
I think that's what they think, is that Pongo and Perdita just went off because she was having more puppies, and then they came back when they were all there. You think that she can have 15, so 80 more puppies in a day?
84 more puppies, yeah.
In a day?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's right to check her body count cash.
She didn't even look pregnant.
No.
There's no way there's 99 puppies.
And one thing, before all the puppies come back, before when the maid is serving them the tea, Penny, hey.
Why are you chewing on a pen, Pen?
Pen! When she's serving them their tea, on the radio is the Cruella de Vil song on the radio, so that, and Anita says, you got, your most famous song yet. I'm so proud of you for having such a successful song or whatever. So they're obviously, making money at this point. They've got Cruella de Vil song money, you know?
Because then they say, we'll just buy a big house in the country.
Yeah.
Sorry. Penny! No! She's chewing on a pen.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to everybody. Sorry. Throw a chewer at her. Yeah, chew on that.
Chew on that.
No,
chew on that.
She's going to chew on the pen.
Yeah. So anyway, each week we like to go through a couple of little categories that we like to hit on. First one is more and less, what we need to see more of, what we need to see less of. And I think that we need to see more of where these other puppies came from. We know that there was 15 stolen by Cruella's dudes from Roger and Anita, but
I'm going.
Yeah, but we don't see any of the other puppies being abducted. Where did those other 85 or 84 puppies come from, right?
Yeah, where did they come from? It's very random. There's no backstory, and there's also no, people looking for their puppies.
Right, because there's the whole story, and that's all over the papers, about the 15 being stolen, but there's no, related story about the other 84 that have gone missing as well, right?
Yeah, no, it's, sorry, I got really distracted by my dog, and then my boss just texted me. My boss, Lucas, is always like, what are you doing? And I'm talking to my boss. What do you think I'm doing? Love her. She's one of my good friends, but she's always texting me.
Yeah.
So I like to do, or sorry, we need to say less. Did you already say less?
No, what we need less of is like the dog emergency call relay. It takes about like 12 minutes to get through, and it gets old quick. There's not a whole lot going on.
I think I didn't time it, but it felt like a half an hour.
It feels like forever. Yeah. It's a slow
we
burn.
get it. They're connecting.
Yeah, it could be accomplished in half the time that it gets done.
Yeah, it's like I looked at Lucas and I was like, I feel like that dog call was unnecessarily long.
Yeah, you looked at me and you're like, is this still going on?
Because I think I got up and I went to go pee in the middle of it, and yeah, it was just a lot.
Yeah.
So I always like to do marry, fuck, kill. I, not gonna lie, in my brain thought up like the top dogs, but then I was like, I can't do it about the dogs. That's really fucking weird. The fact that I even thought about doing it about the dogs might be weird. Sue me, I don't know. So I tried to go. There's shitty people in this movie. Sorry, it's all shitty people. So marry, fuck, kill, Cruella, Roger, Horace.
I think this is pretty easy. Pretty easy one. Marry Roger, fuck Cruella, kill Horace.
No.
No?
No. Marry Roger, obviously.
That's the obvious choice. Yeah.
Fuck Horace, kill Cruella.
Really?
Yes, Cruella's a fucking psychopath. She would come and kill you if you didn't call her back.
No, you don't think that she's like she'd be in like a sugar daddy sort of situation where it's like you hook up with her and then like the next day you've got like a gift waiting at home for you. She's that rich.
No, I think she would probably try to murder you.
Maybe she would.
I think you just fuck Horace because he's whatever. He's pretty irrelevant.
Okay, yeah, sure.
He's a pretty easy lay. There's not many songs in this movie.
And even if there was more songs, the Cruella de Vil song is a banger. It's one of the better. It's
Cruella de Vil. Even though it's scary.
It's a scary song.
When you're kids,
when
it's
you're
really
a kid,
scary.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky.
And then MVP. So for MVP, I chose the Labrador.
Right, the one who gives them like their second place of
their
refuge.
Final shelter.
Yeah.
And he has the soot for them all to get away.
And links them up with their ride home.
He links them up with their ride home. He gets them all in the van. Like, he runs, and then he attacks Horace and Jasper when they're, like, tailing the puppy in Pongo.
Yeah.
So, I think he's the real MVP.
My pick for MVP is Sergeant Tibbs, the cat, who lays his life down on the line 3 or 4 times in the house to get them out. Gets them all to line up so they can all fit through the hole quick enough, and
he makes sure that rolling.
And he makes sure that they get all 99 out of there. Mm-hmm. So
he's like, I'm staying till the death.
Yeah. Oh, he's down. He's down to die for those dogs. If he didn't go in at that right time, because they barely had enough time to get out. If he was like 2 minutes later, they wouldn't have all gotten out. So I think that's my MVP for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are pretty solid. Like, I think both of us put up pretty good arguments.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, this movie is good.
Oh, yeah.
It just really makes me want to hold my dog.
Yeah, it's a quick watch, too. It's like an hour and 19 minutes. It's not too long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lucas
it's a good one.
Okay, he's not that smart. He looked at the TV to see what it says, because we have Disney Plus now.
Yeah,
and it tells you how long it is.
Yeah, it's a good one, though. I do like this movie.
No, it was good. It just made me sad.
Oh, yeah, it's very sad. Really
fucked up.
Yeah, it does really make you want to cuddle your dog, that's for sure.
Even though she's attacking the cat right now.
Yeah, she is. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week of Drinking with Disney. As always, we want you to follow us on social media. Our Instagram is at drinkingwithdisney_, and our Twitter is at drinkingwdisney. Make sure you like and subscribe. And
make sure you try Cottage Springs and Kawa Shindigs.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you check out Royal City Brewing.
Yeah, Royal City Brewing.
They're fucking awesome. We're not drinking them tonight. We like to switch it up, but they're just really awesome humans.
Yeah, and one of our favorite breweries here in Guelph. Cool spot to go to. They have great trivia nights and stuff like that. And we also would love if you can, tell people about the podcast. Leave us a review on iTunes, Google Play, wherever you hear it.
Tell us what you like and don't like.
Yeah, and as always, tune in again in a couple weeks for another episode of Drinking with Disney, where we'll run down and review another Disney classic.
Also, if you ever want to, if there's a certain movie you want to watch with us, I just have to throw this in there after Lucas sounded like he was done. We're open to having people come and watch with us.
Yeah.
I think my friend Lydia over at Painted What Photography will be coming to join me very shortly. She was supposed to do it in the summer and she was sick. So we're going to be doing that. So if you ever have any movies in particular that you really want to review and think it would be great, let us know.
Yeah. If there's a movie that you think we haven't hit yet that needs to be touched on, you've got opinions on, hit us on our social, comment, direct message us, and tell us what that is and what your thoughts on, and we'll try to work them into the episode.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Cheers.